Previously, on Alignment May Vary.
You are to swim to the island, find out what happened to my men, and bring me back something to my liking.
This is Deimos. He's a little excitable, I think. And I'm Shando.
Karina. My name is Karina.
Karina, where are you?
Stop it! How are you speaking inside my head?
Sorry, bad habit.
El Ultimo Santo will crush this foul creature. Pummeling fist of fury!
We did manage to bring this pretty thing back, though.
Well done. Give it over then.
Our minuscule ones, for you face Uth, bugbear of the red hand. Uth shall drink blood from your still living body as you beg for mercy.
Uth and his own crew quickly disperse back to Storm as the Enlightenment tears itself apart, dumping the living and dead alike into the Moon Sea.
Where am I?
Safe.
Morning, sunshine. Welcome to still being alive.
The last thing I remember is the ship being attacked.
I know, right? That's a hell of a thing to remember.
The ship fell apart. We should have drowned.
Weren't sure you hadn't, to be honest. It's been more than a week since the ship went down. Joachir, he's been nursing you back to health.
Oh, speak of the devil. Here he is. No offense, Karina.
The man who now enters the room is old and thin, his sparse beard barely hiding the loose flesh hanging from under his chin. Despite his evident age, he walks fully upright and with full strides. There is strength left in him, though little enough of him remains to use it.
She is awake. Oh, good. How do you feel, child?
Surprisingly rested.
That's what 9 days of sleep will do for you.
The wreck must have been an awful thing. Pieces of the ship continue to show up on the beach for days. No other bodies, I'm afraid.
Could you tell me where we are?
Of course, this is my home. I am Joachir, a keeper of the cemetery of the ancients. In a grander sense, you are on the continent of Feylan, east of the Moon Sea, sometimes known as the Great Island, the Dragon's Maw, or the Lost Continent. You have washed up on our westernmost peninsula. The busy port of Andoran by the Sea is very near to here. Other than that, there isn't much until you cross the Dragonfang Range. I suppose to the south of here there is Ottoman's Dock, but few honest people travel there.
Ottoman's Dock? We're near to Ottoman's Dock. How do we get there?
Whoa, what's in Ottoman's Dock?
An old friend, Raiden, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you know that name?
While I tended to you, you would say his name, child, over and over in your sleep. Often it was the only sign I had that you still drew breath.
Ooh, an old lover?
No.
If you intend to go to Ottoman's Dock, you should reconsider. It is a den of pirates and smugglers, and those who
It's nothing I can't handle.
No. Well, I suppose not. On to other matters, then.
Joachir shows them a sandalwood box that washed up on shore with them. Inside is a sack of gold, silver, and copper coins, as well as a stack of papers. The companions take all of the coin, but they aren't sure what to make of the papers.
These are your histories and your crimes.
Can I see those? I'm not sure why I was on that ship, but I'd love to find out.
It is your story to have, not mine to keep.
He hands a set of papers to Shando.
This is impossible. It says I killed 2 city guards, that it took 2 mages casting sleep on me to bring me down, that I was yelling like a madman while wearing...
A mask?
Yes. It says they destroyed it.
Well, we know that didn't work.
This mask, you were clutching it when you washed ashore. It is a death mask, one of the relics of the old age. Those who wore them, we called them the Soul Cloaks. But you do not know this?
Nope. I don't know where it came from, why I have it, or how it keeps coming back.
That is upsetting. This mask carries the soul of a fallen warrior within it. It is a very dangerous artifact. It was said they had all been destroyed.
How do you know this?
Because it was my order which destroyed them. If you are to continue using this, beware. It may betray you one day. It is not a dog to be called. Never doubt that it is your master, and not the other way around.
Joachir, you saved our lives. Is there anything we can do to repay you?
Actually, there is something that has been on my mind. Rumors have it, a ghost ship has been prowling the shores along the coast in the past week.
This ship, is it surrounded by fog?
Is it manned by kobolds and hobgoblins?
I honestly could not say. The rumors just as often claim it is a huge undead dragon, rather than a ship, a Dracolich.
What do you expect us to do? We're not exactly up to fighting an undead dragon either.
Oh, certainly not. But if you were able to discover the true cause of these disappearances, then you might be able to rally Alice and her blackguard.
Where can we start?
You can try speaking to the Brethren of the Calemphorites. They have a temple in the city, and are currently caring for a survivor of one of the most recent attacks, though I've heard the attacks left him damaged. Oh, and there is this, before I forget.
Hey, the statue from the temple. Wait, I thought I lost that during the shipwreck. Have you had it the whole time?
This was clutched in your hands when you washed ashore. It was difficult to pry it loose from your fingers.
Joachir, do you know what this is?
No, I cannot say for sure, and I would not wish to speculate. The sea holds many mysteries and many secrets. It is the world's greatest treasure chest, and many have tried to pry it open. Very rarely does it do them any good. No, I cannot tell you what this is, but I can tell you that it would be better returned to the sea. There is a glyph outside of my home that overlooks the ocean. Say a prayer to whatever god you worship and throw it off of that cliff.
We shall consider your advice.
And we will look into these disappearances.
Then you have my thanks.
The thanks the companions accept. The advice they ignore. A road takes them along the coast, gradually heading upwards towards a tall bluff that overlooks the ocean. On the bluff is built a city in 4 tiers, cascading its way down the bluff a tier at a time to the ocean, where even from a distance they can hear the shouts of men working on the docks. This is Andorin by the sea, and here the companions spend some time equipping themselves. Daggers and a short bow for Karina, a quarterstaff for Deimos. Before long, the morning has passed, and the rumblings of hunger begin to settle in their stomachs.
I need a drink. I'm gonna find the seediest bar I can, lay a handful of gold down on that counter. I'm gonna drink until that handful pays out. Then, I might just do it again.
Ooh, what about this tavern?
Madame Fiona's tea shop? You're joking, right?
I think it's perfect for you.
You see that sign? It's a dainty young girl in a pink dress. A pink dress. She's holding cake. I'm not going in there. I don't need cake. I need ale.
Ignore the sign, Shando. Just take a look at the guy underneath it. Yeah, no shirt, picking his teeth with a dagger. Trust me, you don't want to hear what he's thinking.
So? What do I care how some lout spends his afternoons daydreaming?
Signs are made by the tavern owners, but they can't make the customers. A sign tells you what something's supposed to be, not what it is.
All right. I suppose if they have booze, I don't care what their damn sign looks like. You two, find a table. Bartender!
And then we keep moving. I want to get this favor out of the way and head south as soon as possible.
You don't have to come with us. Go investigate this Doomguide's problems on your own and let us know how it goes. Don't worry, we'll wait here. Or better yet, head straight down to this Ottoman's dock. Oh, I won't stop you.
Fine with me. I intended to do this alone anyway. But you owe Joachir the same favor I do. The debt is split 3 ways, and I'll be damned if I let you wiggle out of the legwork.
Ooh, I love it when you pull out the whips and chains.
Shando returns, holding glasses of dark alcohol, which Karina sniffs suspiciously before sipping. Shando leans in towards his companions.
Deimos, don't look over there. But that man has been watching you the entire time I was getting drinks.
Who? That guy in the yellow robe?
I told you not to look. I'm gonna go find out what he wants. Wait here. Bartender, 2 more whiskeys.
As Shando takes the drinks towards the back table, navigating the smoke-filled room, a broad-chested man with a scar down one side of his face suddenly slams his shoulder into Shando, spilling one of the whiskeys. Ugh. Oh, pardon me, but it seems like you're headed somewhere you shouldn't be. Turn around now, and I won't have to spill your other drink.
I don't think that's quite how things will go, friend.
Shando pours his remaining drink out on the bodyguard's chest and stares him directly in the eye. Now, look, no need for trouble, big guy. I'm just doing what I'm told. Before a fight can break out, the man in the yellow robe waves a hand to get their attention.
It's okay, Marcus. Bring him and his friends over.
The man at the table, it turns out, is an elf. A very old one, and probably quite powerful. He wears distinct yellow robes, marking him as part of some organization that the companions have no knowledge of.
My name is Joachir, and I believe your friend is perfect for a job I need done.
Do you often ask strangers to do work for you?
When the circumstances are perfect as this, yes. You happen to be the spitting image of a local merchant, one who was about to make a purchase of an illegal dragon's egg this evening at an abandoned barn not far from the city. My people captured the merchant and would like to intercept the deal in his place. I'd been debating using an illusion spell, but there are possible complications with that. Then I saw you, the perfect replica of this man.
So you want me to pretend to be the merchant? Why all the effort? Just have your goons here take the egg.
Because we need to know where the seller got it from. She is a wood elf, name of Sjorna, comes from the Elsa Vale, beyond the Endless Plains. Rumor of old says there are dragons down there, but, well, rumor and truth don't often intersect. Buy the egg from her with these false diamonds, then pin this magical device on her person. It will allow us to scry her out and follow her movements, hear her conversations, so we can trace her back to her source.
What's in it for us?
Gold, potions, and the use of my services. I can give you information on things you may desire to know.
Information on ghost ships, perhaps?
Perhaps. The job first. Talk later. It's quite the fair trade I offer, you know. You may even call it one-sided in your favor for such a simple task.
Things are rarely simple. Let us confer for a moment, please.
She huddles with her companions.
Are we really doing this? I don't see how this helps our quest.
If he trades in information, maybe he'll have answers to some of our questions.
I'm game. It's not like we have anything else to do, and I can use the gold and potions. Those things aren't cheap, and if our journey through the Undersea Temple taught me anything, it's that Shando here quaffs them down.
It's not my fault. Everything just seems to want to take down the big guy.
Yeah, come on, Karina, it's not that far out of our way.
I'm not sure.
What, do you have plans tonight? You have a hot date you're gonna miss?
Fine. All right, we accept the job. Tell us where to go.
Fake diamonds are handed over, and they are given the location of the barn, where the deal is to take place. On their way out of the port city, the three decide to follow Joachir's suggestion. Stop at the Kalemverite temple and see the sole survivor of the attacks on the villages along the coast.
I'll wait out here. If a tiefling just strolls into the temple, it might upset the delicate sensibilities of the clergy.
All right, just you and me, big guy. Let's find out where this survivor is.
Hello, my name is Brother Cather. You have come seeking aid? We have all kinds of aid here, spiritual, magical. I think there's a massage parlor somewhere on the lower level. But I'm still pretty new. The others may have just been pulling a prank on me when they said that. They like to prank me. So did my brother, the older one, not the younger. I have 5 brothers.
Hey, so we've come seeking a man who saw the attack along the coast. His name escapes me at the moment.
Ah, you must refer to Yip.
Yip.
Yip. What's a yip?
Well, that's what we call him anyways. We're not sure what his given name was. He's a little off. He talks and barks and yelps half the time. The other half he's screaming about dragons and demons. I have a book about demons. Great illustrations. Or it did. The clerics took it, said it was evil and needed to be burned. Shame about the illustrations.
Yeah, that is a shame. Good thing Karina stayed outside.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. We've been sent by the Black Guard, Captain Alice, to be exact, to question the man.
Oh. But there was a group just in here yesterday. One of them let me hold his sword. It was super cool. My brother had a sword. My younger brother, not the older.
Oh, wow, that is super cool. But, we're experts, okay? So don't question why we're here. Just take us to Yip and let us do our job.
Deimos passes his deception check. Oh, wow, you're totally right. Yeah, I should totally do that. Yip's right this way, just follow me. Sorry about before, I was speaking out of line. I do that sometimes. I think I got it from my grandmother. She used to talk until finally one day grandfather bought a scroll of permanent silence from a local wizard. Didn't much help. She taught herself sign language. Okay, so here we are. Let me know when you're done, and be careful. He bites sometimes. Cather closes them inside a small cell where a disheveled man crouches in the corner, looking around the room, his eyes darting from place to place, refusing to focus on any one thing. Cather waits outside, while Shando and Deimos look over this poor wretch.
He doesn't look like much.
Hey, hello, my main man. How you doing? My name's Deimos, and this is my associate, Mr. Shando. We have a few questions for you.
They came in the night with the undead.
Who came?
The undead dragons. Rising out of the seas like the horde of the deep.
You saw them? Yep. You saw them with your own eyes? Okay, this isn't working. Shando, step back. I'm gonna delve into his mind.
Is that safe?
Relax. I've done this tons of times before. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna have to reach in there and pull out the memories I need.
Deimos rolls an 8 to try and succeed on his psychic ability.
That's not good.
What happened?
Nothing. Nope. Nothing bad. We're just gonna have to thank Yip here for his time. Thank you, Yip. That was a pleasure. Indeed. Okay, we should get going. Now.
They quickly leave the cell. Brother Cather, oblivious to what's happened, turns to them with a smile. Hey guys, so did you get what you needed?
Oh, hey, yeah, we did. What did you say your name was again?
Brother Cather. Funny, because I have 5 brothers, but they aren't clerics like my
Yeah, that's right. So, listen here, Brother Catheter, we don't want anyone going in there for a little while. You know, Yip is pretty tired, and in his condition, he's prone to just rip someone to shreds if they interrupt him when he's sleeping. So, how about we just let him in there, let him chill for 24 hours or so before we check in on him, okay?
I totally understand. The thing about sleep, and if you don't get it, is it makes it crazy. I get this killer headache right between the eyes. When I first started learning magic, my friend Marissa and I tried to solve it by casting the spell of Lesser Restoration. I spent a week walking around with a third eye. Can you believe that? Then there was this other time that we were trying to bake cookies with a...
Yeah, there's a good lad. Shando, maybe we shouldn't let Karina know about this?
At
At sundown, the three companions gather at the barn, which is a ways outside of the city, here to meet the elvish seller and complete the task assigned to them by Joachir of the Yellow Robes. Deimos is dressed in merchant's robes, trying to make the perfect disguise to fool the elf. The elf waits for them alone, inside the barn, her lantern painting her shadow 3 times her size on the wall. She takes one look at Deimos, and...
I do get so tired of being disappointed by the men in my life. Tell me, have you always been this short?
Only in temper, my lady, and only when in my cups, neither of which I am in now. Indeed, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance on this fine evening.
Charmed, I'm sure. Who are these two?
Those are my bodyguards, Shando the Strong and Karina the Clever.
That's a tiefling. You keep odd company for a religious man.
Come again?
The devout dealer. Isn't that what you call yourself? I'd heard there was no man so religious this side of the Moonsea. Supposed to say a prayer before every deal, yet here you are, traveling with a demon. Something smells bad here.
Sorry. I had whiskey and beans for lunch. You know how it goes.
The tiefling is a convert, a sign of my immense prowess with spreading the fine word of Pelor, proof that even the most evil can find their way into God's loving light. Oh, Pelor, won't you bless this meeting and shine your light upon it so that we may know of your approval?
I'd rather we keep things in the dark, actually. Here's how this will work. You will toss me the diamonds. Then I will leave the egg here and you will collect it after I've gone. Think you can handle that?
Oh, unusual way of doing a deal. I much prefer a handshake and a little prayer to lock things in the light of Pelor.
No prayers, no handshakes, money dropped, egg left, and we never see each other again.
Oh, how sad to end a relationship so soon after it started. Pelor's world is filled with departures. Let me confer with my friends for a moment. Hey guys, so what exactly is the plan here?
Let's just rush her and take the egg.
No, they want to track her, remember? Deimos has to plant that magical tracker on her somehow. But how to get close enough?
I have an idea. I'll loosen the drawstring on the bag, and when I toss it, the diamonds will spill everywhere. I'll rush forward to help her, and then when she's distracted, I'll pin the device on her cloak.
We'll be ready if you fail.
When you fail.
My dear, have you no faith in Pelor? All right, we agree to this. Here are your diamonds.
The bag opens. Diamonds spill everywhere.
You incompetent fool!
Oh, my lord above, I am foolish. Let me help you. Oh, this is quite the embarrassment. This quite the folly.
As Deimos draws close, he stealthily sneaks the magical pin into his hand. He will have to roll a 13 on his sleight of hand check in order to stick it on the elf without her realizing. The pin is attached to the cloak, and the elf is none the wiser.
So wonderful doing business with you. Let's never do it again.
The elf slinks off into the night.
Well, that went pretty well.
There's something odd about this egg.
Yeah, it's a dragon's egg. Let's hope it doesn't hatch en route.
Back to the yellow robe, then.
Karina looks closer at the dragon's egg and realizes the seller was duping them. The egg is a fake. She's about to tell the others when the doors to the barn bang open, and in strides a huge half-orc, followed by 2 sinister-looking companions. A dwarf with a vicious scar tearing through his beard, leaving a swath of hairless raw skin in its path, and a tall, gangly human with a perpetually twitching eye. The half-orc smiles and speaks.
Hello, lads. Wonderful evening out. Cool breeze, but still a warm night. Name's George. Big George. And I'd like to avoid any bloodshed on such a lovely night, wouldn't you? And so why don't you hand over that there dragon egg, and we'll let you be on your way. We'll even let you keep your other goods. Now that seems fair, don't it?
Big George, maybe to some. For me, looks a lot like Little George. How about this? You get out of our way, and I'll let you keep your teeth. Tiny.
Listen, Shando, about the egg.
You'll be wanting to be careful with them threats, Collie. Way I see it, we've got you outnumbered.
Ha! You should be called Dumb George. I count 3 you and 3 of us.
Count again. Come on, boys!
And with that, the 2 men hiding in the rafters drop down to join the attack.
Okay. Crap. 5 of you.
They roll to see if they can hit Karina as they land, slicing downwards with their scimitars.
1 strikes her, slicing open her arm, spilling her blood on the barn's dirt floor. The other rolls a critical fail, while he lands bad and breaks his leg.
Never mind. 4 of you.
Break their skulls! Knock them unconscious or leave them bleeding on the floor. Don't matter to me. Retrieve the egg, and we all drink and haw and sleep on nice beds for once.
My mask says otherwise. I am Eduardo, el ultimo santo guerrero. Today, you have joined a battle you cannot win, Big George.
Shando leaps at Big George, grabbing him in a bear hug and slamming him against the wall of the barn, driving a half-orc's back painfully into a rake, puncturing skin and muscle.
Hold up now. We can talk about this.
Your tongue, it drools treachery and deceit. Now it shall taste the bitterness of defeat.
The 2 giants wrestle around the barn, each one giving as good as they get. Meanwhile, Karina plays the rogue, facing off against 2 opponents, her short bow in her hands, an arrow knocked to the bow. Deimos stands at her side, holding a shovel as menacingly as he can. The grim-looking dwarf and his human buddy approach them.
My name's Spill Guts. My taller friend here is Crackjaw.
Beautiful names. Were you named after your mothers?
We're about to show you how we got them.
Get back, villains! The light of Palor will strike you down!
You don't have to pretend to be religious anymore.
I figured a little prayer can't hurt.
I'll cut you down to size.
Spillgut swings with his axe, cutting Deimos' shovel in half.
That was my favorite shovel!
Then Karina leaps up, placing a hand on Spillguts and somersaults her way over him, landing behind Crackjaw and plugging an arrow into his back. Crackjaw falls, his jaw striking the ground hard.
So that's how you got your name.
You'll pay for that. You'll pay for that with your head.
If you can reach it.
Karina continues to dart backwards, dodging every blow that Spillguts aims at her. With each miss he makes, she plugs him with another arrow, until finally the dwarf falls, looking like a pincushion. But Karina has forgotten about the bandit who jumped down from the rafters. The bandit lands behind her and grabs Karina's head, then spins her around and smashes her face into the barn doors. She collapses, while nearby Big George and Shando continue to wrestle.
Now listen, Ultimo asshole. I don't know about you, but I'd like to live to fight another day. Now, if you look around, you'll see there's one of mine left and one of yours. Odds are about even right now, and I don't like that. Way I see it, you've killed 3 of mine and I've only killed 1 of yours. How about we call it even and go our separate ways now?
Once battle has begun, it is a grave mistake to cut and run. You and I have begun an honorable combat, man against disgusting wretch. That's you. We have stepped into life's great arena, knowing that one shall fall while the other stands tall, secure in the knowledge that the gods have looked upon him favorably. Wreathed in laurels one of us shall be, his the honor of true victory, and the other shall be filled only with disgrace. That's you. Now come, lock arms and see how you fare against the great, the mighty, El Ultimo Santo!
While Shando has been talking, Big George has snuck a dagger into his hand, and he now buries it in Shando's side.
The height of villainy! You are a true coward!
Shando drops to one knee, clutching his side in pain.
Coward's just a word the losers use when someone does something they ain't willing to do, ain't it? Freddy, finish off the kid. Let's go get our egg.
You got it, boss. Don't call me kid.
Mind blast!
The energy that emanates out from Deimos lifts Big George and Shando off of the floor, throwing them away from each other. It also washes over Freddy the Bandit like a sledgehammer in his head. Freddy cries out once, and then blood spews from his mouth, nose, and eyes as his brain cracks under the pressure. Big George groans, and then lies still. Shando also lies still, bleeding heavily from the dagger wound. And nearby, Karina is slumped against the barn door.
Oh, crap. Oh, who am I gonna save? I only have one healing potion.
While Deimos debates, Shando and Karina make death saving throws. Now in Dungeons & Dragons, death saving throws are what keep you alive after you've reached 0 hit points. Each of them is gonna have to succeed this roll 3 times to live. Fail it 3 times, and they will be gone forever.
Oh, crap.
Karina has rolled 1 success and 1 failure. Shando has rolled 2 failures and 1 success. 1 more failure from Shando, and he is dead forever.
Oh, it's too much. It's too much. I can't decide. I'm flipping a coin. Heads, I save Shando. Tails, I save Karina. I can't look. Oh, what am I saying? I have to look. It's Karina. All right, here's the potion, girl.
Deimos gives the potion to Karina, leaving Shando to fend for himself. Karina and Deimos watch him, helpless to do anything, while the roll of the die determines his fate. Shando cannot afford to fail a single dice roll. With that in mind, Shando rolls. And he is still alive. But now it comes down to truly the last roll. Will Shando live, or will he face annihilation?
Ugh. What happened?
Shando, big guy!
Still alive, I see.
And ready to get out of this barn and into a nice, soft bed. I don't remember what happened, but
He looks down at the mask.
I can guess.
The night is unusually cold as the companions make their way back along the lonely side roads to the port town. Shando is leading the way when suddenly he halts. Up ahead on the road punches a familiar figure, but there is no way that he can be here.
Professor?
It is indeed Shando's friend from the prison ship. The dwarven professor turns, his body giving off a strange pale light. He opens his mouth, and blood gushes from between his lips to stain his beard red. Then he speaks. Dark times are coming. The dead rise from their graves to answer the call of Nazragul. The ship rides from hell, and from hell it brings hatred and terror. The Red Hand guides them. Beware the 3. Beware the false prophet. Beware the false angel. Beware the false king.
Are you really the professor? Not just some ghostly evil wearing his face?
I was known as the professor. I spent my life preparing for death, worshipping the dark god Erythanol, and doing dreadful things in his service. Now, I must stay behind on this plane or face oblivion in Erythnol's dark prisons, rather than an eternity with my forefathers in the halls of stone. Even now, the Great One seeks me everywhere, hoping to pull me into his darkness. The professor looks over his shoulder. I must go. The professor sinks into the ground until his paled form is completely swallowed. A moment later, the party feels as if something cold brushes past them all. For a moment, they all have the impression of a terrible presence stopping to consider them. And then it moves on.
Great. Your friend the professor was definitely into some dark shit, and now he's dragged us into it.
I think we got dragged into it the minute we stepped foot in that temple.
Well, I don't have time for any of it. Ghost ships and false prophets and dark gods? I have something I came here to do, and fighting the undead is not it.
And what was it you came here to do, Karina? Why do you want to go to the Ottoman dock?
It is not your concern. After we finish up this business, we will go our separate ways, and you won't have to think about me and my problems.
No, I'm curious, and I think we ought to know. We survived the ship together. Maybe the gods intended us to work together. Who was this Raiden that Joachir mentioned?
Joachir should have kept his mouth shut.
Maybe he was trying to tell you that secrets fester when they're not allowed to breathe.
And this is my way of telling you to drop the matter now. Anyway, can we get moving back to the city? I feel like the dead are watching us here.
The three continue walking, and they fall into silence for a time. But eventually Karina sighs.
Listen, if we get through this okay, then maybe I'll tell you about Raiden. Maybe.
When you're ready, we'll be here.
Though he speaks earnestly, none of them can imagine just what horrors await them on their journey. The morning will not bring them answers, but only more questions.
Alignment May Vary would not be possible without the collaboration between some very dedicated people. The scripts are written by Jonathan Starr and Morganite, based off of Jonathan's original blog posts. The voice for Joachir was Ryan Malone. Aubrey Stark voiced the Wood Elf Sjorna, and Rashern played Yip. A full voice cast, music credits, the original blog posts, and our other D&D and game-related projects can be found on our website at alignmentmayvary.com. We would love to hear from you, so send us your comments and questions via Twitter or through our website. If you would like to support us and our many projects, please consider donating to our Patreon page. May you savor your critical successes, learn from your critical failures, and above all, keep on rolling.